Yes, yes. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. Reset is upon us. Collect some T11 stuff here. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's get going. Let's start the training first of all. Let's get this started. Challenge boss. What is this? Wow. Oh, 12-8. Why is it so low? Do I not, full missile. Oh, because I need to put the gorilla on missile for my training here. Okay, got it. I see what I did wrong. And we're still 1319. We need to be 13,000,002 in order to move on. So, can't do that yet, and not ready to research anything yet. Okay, done. Let's see, do we have any 3v3? We need to finish off here. Oh yeah, 4 attempts. Let's get these done. Doesn't matter, only day 1. Let's finish these off. Oh, I don't like fighting G. I don't like fighting Brother G. Don't hold it against me, man. The game is making me do it. Three left. Ooh, this is the person in 3rd place. These are okay. These are some teams. I gotcha. All right, well, we're gonna come. I think I can take your air straight on with my missile. So let's go tank and air with gorilla. All right, let's see how we do. Yes. One more. Oh, so close. Oh, I thought I was going to get him. Let's see. Yeah, we're close. We are close. Let's see. Where is the difference? Probably, let's see. It's not going to be here, so it's got to be with the drone. Is that where we're... 14-2. He's at 245. Oh, wow. His chips. He's all chipped out. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. Level 10 and all his components. He's whooping me here. And his gorilla bond rating way in front of mine. And that is where he's getting his power. Yeah, I mean, he's 7% on tactical, but no, I'm not sure how much that matters yet. Oh, look at his deco. I mean, pretty impressive actually that my 5-squad team without a gorilla. I mean, I lost to him by 600, but he's killing me in like so many stats here. Like, I mean, he's got me in by 14.2 to 12.6 in drone. His tech is higher. We saw that he's 7% tactical. He's beating me by 1.8 in deco, 0.1 in units. He's got me. His wall is 0.8 better. His overlord was almost 2 million better. And even his tactic cards, which... What are his tactic cards? Oh, yeah, he doesn't have anything in tactic. So I'm beating him 7% in tactic. He must be all attacker. And this is actually interesting to get into. By the way, I've noticed a lot of this for my tactic card setup. And I'm really going to talk about this, like, you know, setup of how we're doing our tactic cards as they come out. It'll be interesting to see once we get season 5 underway for us, the tactic cards, and for those of you that haven't got them that yet, you will get the approach in season 4. These tactic cards that you keep afterwards. You keep these core cards that you can use, and you can set them up however you want. And I've been seeing everybody set up their, which is you know, par for the course of this game, because nobody likes defense in this game. I mean, really, like, everybody is constantly just offense, offense, offense. Everything, just offensive, offensive, and doesn't believe in defense. It's quite crazy to me. So these two cards here, he is as the attacker. So sure, when he's the attacker, he's going to get a huge bump of 18%. I like to divide it to do attacker and defender. So that way, no matter what, I'm getting a boost from tactic cards. So, you know, it could be, you know, not for nothing, but this is saying that it's 5.4 to 4.8 for tactic. But this doesn't mean anything that because he's not getting a bump as being a defender for his tactic. I'm actually getting a 7% advantage on him in all three of these, which combined is actually, you know, pretty good. Like 7% boost in these things to have. So when we start looking at, I was kind of surprised when you looked at the total breakdown of all of these things that he has the advantage on me in, and then he only beat me by 600. I was kind of taken aback because that's close considering the advantages. But that tactic card could 100% been played a role there, that I'm getting 7% in all three of those and he's getting 0. Either way, QB, get over it. You lost. So I oftentimes like to look at when I'm losing, how I'm losing, so that way, you know, we know what to work on, or we know where people have the advantages on us. I'm going to add my gorilla here to see if... Also, tonight, you can see that I'm kind of gone wild with my mixed squads as well. So Carly is now on my tank squad tonight. You guys can. One thing you can look forward to is that I'm always like experimenting all over the place with these squads. So Carly's in my tank squad tonight with my gorilla here to see if I can pull off a 3 victory. No, 2. Yeah, I was getting slammed in this one earlier, so I'll win 2 out of 3. Trying to figure out how to take 3 out of 3 for that one. Geez, G again? Man, they really want to go 71 and 71 crime here. Tank. Okay. Good enough. I end up in 5th place. Not bad. I'm right behind Hulk. And then it's King, Crazy Deer Fly, and the Small World 128 person, which is... Let's see what their total hero power is. Oh, yeah. They're 200. Okay. So the fact I came within 600 of actually beating them is pretty good. But they were... that makes sense that they're 294 million. Okay. Cool. All right, that is done. Done here. Also wanted to see... I was trying to figure out too this new hidden treasure, all these. I haven't finished looking into the tiers here to see if these were the same rewards that we were getting. But in my preliminary look, I mean, everybody's quick. We're quick to say that we're now getting the same rewards here that we were getting before with these chests as the whatever it was, the secret vault, right? Everybody wants to say the same. It was the same, right? I don't think it was the same. I said yesterday it didn't look right to me. It still doesn't look right to me, and I can already tell you that in stage 1, when we had the secret vault, in stage 5 we had 1 Overlord shard. Stage 10 gave us 1 Overlord shard. Stage 15 gave us 2, and stage 20 gave us 2. So that's 6 Overlord shards, the last I checked. Now, so far here, I don't know if there's supposed to be more over here when I get to 2,000, but I mean, there's no Overlord shards in this one. None in here. There's 2 here. None here. And there's 2 here. So last I checked, that's 2 Overlord shards short of what we were getting with the secret vault. And I'm looking at some of the other, I'm still looking to gather some of the other stats that we received from there. But at the very least, if this is the secret vault here, we're 2 Overlord shards short of what we were getting. And I don't know about the speed ups. I know there were like 25-minute speed up and a 25-minute and a 50-minute. So now they're giving, it looks like 3 of the hours. So maybe there's more speed ups, but I also think that there's more. I just kind of gathered a little bit of some of the stuff I could find, because on every single one that we opened, I think for like level 1 you got 20, for level 2 you got 41-minute speed up. So I don't know when you add them all up how much actual time we received from those speed ups. But I think we're a little quick to assume that these are the same rewards because we're definitely 2 Overlord shards short, and I'm almost positive with that dumb one that they made us search for the hidden key, like in between the stages when you actually like it stopped and it had that big chest that popped at the top, and you search for the key and you find the key randomly mixed in there. I'm almost positive I got exclusive shards from that, like exclusive hero shards. I could have swore because I was in a conversation with Deathwolf and he was asking me like, "Hey, where do I get exclusive hero shards? Because I can't find them." So it was in my head to pay attention as I was gathering them from like where I was popping exclusive hero shards because I was getting a lot of them, and I distinctly remember being in that secret vault and clicking on something like the key or whatever and seeing like an exclusive shard pop up as a reward. I don't know if there were percentages on it or there were whatever, but I'm pretty sure that I got one. You know, I'm not definite, but I don't have it again. So I'm actually going to put a call out to anybody that still has the secret vault, because maybe it was something that just went away now. But starting those folks that are just finishing season 4 or going to go into season 4, they're going to get the secret vault. I'm gonna do a call out and try to video the actual season vault of somebody doing it for the 5 minutes, so I can add up all the specific rewards that we were at least given for that thing, and do it here, because I mean, listen. I understand. I'm not a fan of the secret vault either. Like, I understand, like, it was pointless. Like, who likes it? Who likes Street Rush, right? I don't like Street Rush either. Some, you know, maybe people do like Street Rush. I don't know, but I don't. I wasn't a fan. I'm not a fan of Street Rush. I'm not a fan of the secret vault, but you know what I am a fan of? Rewards, right? I mean, is everybody really a fan of doing radar? Is everybody a fan of running in radar and clicking a bunch of buttons to get... No, but you do it because you get rewards. Like, it's not necessarily your thing. You're just programmed to do it as part of the game. But really, like, what is radar adding into your game experience other than clicking from buttons? It's adding rewards, right? Like, you're clicking the buttons because you're getting rewards. And that's all Secret Vault was. It was kind of like a pointless little thing that they put together. But at the end of the day, you did it because you got rewards. The same thing I tell you to do Winter Storm. I tell you, yeah, you're going to lose Winter Storm all the time, but please do Winter Storm because you need those rewards. In this game, you have to take advantage of getting these free rewards, okay? So, to me, necessarily a fan of Secret Vault, but at the same time, I just want to make sure if we're doing 1-for-1, and everybody's going to run around and say, yeah, it's gone, but we're getting the same rewards, I want to make sure that's a true statement. That's all. I want to make sure, because I don't think it is, but whatever. We'll find out. Get to the bottom of that one. Okay, almost reset. We have Operation Sandbox tonight. I want to get to some of the stuff we discussed yesterday. Yesterday. For those of you that did not see it, I did a Winter Storm on live. I promised last night I would get to some Winter Storm and give you some tips on Winter Storm. I also delivered on that, so that is on live. I ran a bunch of Winter Storm stuff. Just put a video together that I did from Winter Storm 2 because it was awesome. I was able to lose to somebody with a full missile squad, and then I just immediately did a mixed squad and beat them with a mixed squad after losing. So I thought that was incredibly interesting. Everybody will like to see that video coming from that one soon. And then we'll go over some Operation Sandbox tonight and some shopping. We'll see what pops for the Bounty Hunter. And Bounty Hunter, I'm taking extra notes to go through Bounty Hunter every single day this time because there was some questions in Discord about how much Bounty Hunter, what everybody should be taking advantage of a Bounty Hunter, and how much it really costs to do Bounty Hunter. So we are going to track our costs more closely. I know it won't be probably as exciting for free to play, but we will track our costs in regards to Bounty Hunter and what we do. So that should pop. Also, T11 material is going to pop tonight. What are we doing with T11 material? So I will be getting the T11 material from the event tonight. I don't know if I will be getting it from the weekly store. I'm going to watch to let people go in front of me a little bit tonight and see, because I found out last week when everybody did it, they ended up at 68% after the glittering event. So if there is a deal coming, I would rather take advantage of the deal in the glittering event and then the deal in the the Tuesday event, or day 2 event of it, then spend the extra money. So if it's not advisable. Early on, I think we were just trying to figure out how we were going to get this material, and I told you there were going to be a ton of options. By the way, weekly pass. People were asking about the weekly pass. So I do the armament core weekly pass. I do the drone component and the drone parts weekly pass. I do all 3 of them. I do not do. That's 15. You could spend 20 and take advantage of the gold and experience. I don't need the gold myself. I know there's tons of people that are out of gold for Valor and different things. So if it can benefit you, then by all means, go do it. I do not need it, so I am not going to do it. All right. So core, we will get. Not sure where we are with bricks. Oh, I might have to refill my bricks. Let's see. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Give me 1 second. I didn't realize I was low. Huh. Okay. Did it not? Huh. I don't know what's going on. Okay. We'll have to wait, I guess. I don't know why it won't recharge my card. The game is doing something funky. That's not yeah. I am oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. I think it did 205. Okay, am I good now? Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. The game kind of glitched on me for a second. Wouldn't let me do it. So now let me do this. All right, let's go do our core and see how far we can get with the stuff for tonight. All right, research shows 790,000. There's one where 23, 30K a piece, right? 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. But a hero attack is going up pretty good, huh? $30. And that is all she wrote. So 48% is what I was able to get to, which will get me now to challenge the boss. Not many, I'll tell you that. Maybe one. Maybe I'll be able to beat this boss to like 8. I don't think we're going to go very far. Okay. 9. That's it. 13,252 is 13,241, and I need 13,252. So only got to 9. 5, 9, and I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. How many that's going to carry. So 48%. I think last time it was like 68%. So I'll see and do the math to figure out. At the end of the day, we'll get it. We're going to get it for next week. So it's a matter of if it's a combination of this Tuesday plus the glittering event material, then we'll get them both at the same time. That's what I would imagine is going to be the what happens. So, all right, so that's it for that. Let's look at what else we got here. So, you guys know how much I love this. Yep, we got the Moonstone Blessing. How amazing for the game to do that. All right. We are going to track our bounty hunter for all of our prizes and whatever this week. So, bounty hunter. What I recommend for bounty hunter, and I still have a boatload of bullets here, so I will claim free bullets, and then I will do the free bullets here for the diamonds, and then that's it. So then you got the $5 pack you can get for 80 all the way. But I have plenty of bullets because my goal, what I found in this is basically for the bullets, how many I'm going to use is right here, right? And to use, I remember the last time I was able to accomplish what I needed to do. And if I wanted to get up here, I really needed to force to get to 3,000. And I don't think it's worth it, like, to spend the money to get these additional bonuses. Like, you know, you get to this one and get the 3 level 5 chests. Great. The deco, though, I don't know that you're going to do the extra 1,200 just to get the deco. It's a lot, like, to do that. That's 1,000. So in order to get to the 4 deco, you're gonna have to spend an additional over $100 to get here. Maybe with the free bullets, maybe you can get there for less. But I just remember I was around here, so we'll see how this week plays out, and go from there. Our target in the store is bond badge. And the only thing that I want is the level 5. Maybe I'll get the level 5 for 80. I want the bond badges for sure. And then pretty much I want to try to get all of these gears. Which is very interesting because there was somebody on our Discord that had a photo of this store from an earlier server. And from an earlier server, they're allowed to buy 300 of the 10 gears, not 200. So it's interesting that they're offering them to be allowed to buy 300 and we only get 200 here. Because at the cheaper price. Then they allow you to get a 400 at the more expensive price where you're paying like a 33% markup. But I don't want to pay the markup. Thank you very much. So I'm going to take these and these, and that's probably it for what I'm after for this. Although from a level 5, I'm incredibly frustrated with components at this point, and these select components start to look pretty good because I can't move that right side to level 10. But I'm all set. I'm on component strike at the moment. So I am going to be bond badge and then this. So I'll just take my level 5 now. And then let's see how much we get for this. So this is typically the free one you have. I still have 24 of my free little ones saved up from last time. So basically, for those of you who haven't done Bounty Hunter yet that are following us or you get these these two targets here for 10 apiece, and this is going to do the Wandering Merchant eventually. Usually, last time I did not need to do many to get the Wandering Merchant. So tonight I'm focusing on how the least amount of bullets I need to use to get the Merchant. That's what I'm after right now. So I'm going to use my free grenade to distract them and then move about because I'm trying to launch the Merchant. Yeah, like I think that Merchant already came up last time for me. Oh, cool. They have power laser. So I don't need to do 8 anymore. That's nice. Okay, definitely taking longer to launch the Wandering Merchant than last time, which is very interesting because that means that you have to pay for more bullets. Ah, there it is. So finally, now she popped. That was a while though. That was like 200 bullets. And this is only now the $10 for 120. I don't care about this. I will gladly take 1,000 free skill medals. Okay. And then that's it. All right. So now I need to launch again another Wandering Merchant. It's interesting though that it's costing more bullets to launch that merchant than last time. Huh. Okay. Where's my events? All right. Huh. Well, this is going to change my everything for me in regards to what I'm recommending for the bounty hunter, because what this is doing, the reason why I'm so perplexed on this and I'm caught on this is because it changes our price tag. Like gear, this is for summon supplies, and if you have to buy more bullets, then it changes the price tag on what the... So here's the second one launched. Okay. But it changes the price tag on how much those gears are. The more bullets you have to go goes into it. So it costs... We know with the merchant, it costs $50 for 600 tickets. So if I'm paying $50 600 tickets, that's how I'm figuring out how much they cost. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do there. So I'll have to think about this one. I'll have to take this one away and think about it for what I think is worth it from a value perspective. Just playing the game, I got 570 tickets. So, okay, that's fine. Where am I now for the store, though, is a whole different... If I want to redeem them. Because I need... What do I need? Just for this, I'm going to need 2,250. And so far, I only have 1,620. And then on top of that, I need 4,400. And this is where it goes into my price fixing to figure out how many bullets it takes me to launch enough merchants to get enough tickets, and then divide that by what it is. So I don't know. I'm going to reserve judgment on what I said. They've now changed the game because they're making it more expensive to launch the merchant. So I'll have to play this out after I get my bomb badges to see. It's probably, to be honest with you, still the place that's going to be the cheapest to get bulk drone gears. It's the only place to really get bulk drone gears anyway. And so I don't know that you have much of an option. You're either going to pay for it or you're not. So, but I will do more digging on my end to see what it's worth. As you can tell, all those bullets that I've already used, it only got me to the 350 level for one of these. So as you can imagine, that gets really expensive if I have to do 3,000 bullets. That gets pricey. So I'm going to... I think I'm going to say no on that, personally. So, we'll see. Cool. $8 spent. Deathwolf says he is 9% on armor. Okay, what did he say? How many? T11 with $8 spent. $8 spent. Okay. All right, cool. So you're on the armor already, and you didn't spend anything. Yeah, I mean that's about right. I think everybody for your free to play low spenders, and I'll have another summary video to show you where all the low spenders are right now. But my guess is you're probably going to not have a problem of like pushing through to the glove. You saw how fast I was able to get through the glove. It's probably going to be this gun that appears to be the holdup, and it's going to be more of a holdup for you from all the stuff you have to give. But again, I mean, if you're already in the armor, you can see like you've only spent $8, so I still think all the hubbub is a little bit crazy. Okay, that is good for tonight. We got buildings, so I can pop these big 2 boxes at least that are sitting in my way here. Get those out. Tired of looking at them. I think those are all the things I had to pop at least for now. So back to Sandbox from last night, right? So let's get into sandboxing and what we talked about last night. So one of the things I wanted to bring up, I did walk for all those tank people. I ran a bunch of tank tests. Last night we talked about our tank test that we ran and why it was Morrison. Why Morrison and Fiona, for some reason, Fiona looked a little bit higher than Morrison from a Marshall perspective. So I looked at my testing to kind of dive into the battle testing and how it looks. And I put together a few different reasons of why it worked out that way. So one thing that I had that I was putting on was when I was running the air test, I had my chip set to missile to not interfere with any of the tests because it was air versus tank, and I kind of set it to missile so it didn't come into play because I was factoring like I didn't have any other way to get rid of them. But yesterday, if the missile set was set to if it was the chipset was set to missile and then I was running with Fiona, obviously it would have bumped up Fiona because she would have benefited from the missile chipset. So I was like, oh, okay. So what I did was I actually removed the chipset on my 4th set altogether to remove the variable of chips. So there is no more variables when I run battle tests that have anything to do with chip. So we removed the chip, we removed that. The other thing was the Morrison. So I was finding it interesting with the results we were getting with Morrison because for some reason Morrison wasn't buffing anywhere near what I expected Marshall wasn't buffing anywhere near what we expected Marshall to buff. And then I realized that the team that I was going against, when I strip off all the gear, the team I'm going against is very difficult, which means the battles are ending too fast than what a normal battle would end if I want to see where they actually are in a longer battle. Marshall's benefit in these longer battles, and if you have more similar power, if you have 20 million versus 20 million, or you have a 40 million, 40 million, 50 million, 50 million, if you have closer power battles, then the battle's going to last longer, which then means Marshall stays alive longer, which means the buff goes longer, and then he benefits the team much more to buff more critical hits over time. And so that proved out. So I reran everything today with 150 tests to find out for the tank people. And I can tell you that Morrison and Fiona did not even equate into I ran a couple tests with Morrison and Fiona, and they were both flops. They both didn't do much. They were way lower than Marshall was. I think it wasn't close. It was like, 33 million to like 45 million averages. Like, it wasn't close. Fiona and Morrison were just really not good with either team as far as a mixed squad goes for these. And they're not all going to be hits. Like, I have Carly in now, so I'm going to start running tests with Carly to see how Carly runs with the squad. But it certainly wasn't Morrison and Fiona. So that does not work well. So your 5 squad here, your tank squad, what we have is the totals that I ran today. And let me pull you up for tank, so you can know that at least the proper positioning of where these folks ended up being. All right. 1 second. Pull this up. Okay. So here are your top 6 positions and how they played out for power for total damage in the lineup. So remember, first, second, third, right? So when we're talking about these in lineup for when we look at first, second, third, fourth, fifth, we're gonna go first, second, 3, 4, 5 as your positioning. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and here's how we played out. All right, so we got top 6, and this is the total damage right here of each one of the lineup. So your first one right here is Williams, Murphy, Kim, Stetman, Marshall. All right, so that's Williams. And by the way, I also want to just highlight as we get into this, which is this was Williams, Kim, Stetman, Marshall. This was 6th most damage, 41.9 average of all of them that ran. And this is like, I don't know, I did like 30, all the runs. It ended up being like 150 runs of like total combined that I ran. But the total damage, so you ended up with 41.9. Everything that I ran when I ran with Williams and Murphy, by the way, Murphy in the 1 spot doesn't work. It's Williams. Williams should always be in the 1. Williams in the 1, Murphy in the 2. If you're going to have both of these defending in the front, every test I ran with whoever I put back here, it always ends up being Williams is better in the 1 spot. So, just that for your knowledge. All right, so number 2, here's another one. We got 43.2. Our next one is Williams, Murphy, Marshall, Kim, Stetman was 43.2. So that is Marshall, Kim, Stetman. Oh, Stetman. This would have been 5th as far as damage goes. All right, 4th, we have Murphy, Stetman, Marshall with Kim in the front, 43.5. Pretty good, pretty good. So Kim in the front, and that was Williams, Kim, Murphy here, Stetman, Marshall in this. All right, so that was that. Now your top 3. Your top 3 for positioning. Williams, Murphy, Marshall, Stetman, and Kim. So Marshall, Stetman, Kim is 3. And then finally your top 2, which are both very close, by the way. I ran extra tests to try to get any kind of separation. They're both very close. You cannot go wrong. And I would recommend both of these as your top for your 5 tanks. This is what I would recommend, this order, either one, but I will caveat one of them. So you have Williams, Murphy, Stetman, Kim, Marshall. So Williams, Murphy, and then Stetman, Kim, and Marshall. That was the second one. And then the top one that was indisputable would have been Williams, Murphy, Stetman, Marshall, Kim. So a couple things that I found interesting after running all these tests, and this was the top one that ran. So either one, interchangeable here would be your two. You can either put Kim in the middle or Kim to the right. But these were the clear winners of the best 5. What I found interesting, and by the way, I ran with Mythic to make these battles last longer and have Marshall do it, because this team is so strong that's in front of me. It's a very good apples to apples comparison of how long the battle would be if you were a 20 versus a 20, or a 40 or you versus a 30 versus a 30, or a 40 versus a 40. Because of this battle, I just wanted to see Marshall cook a little bit and allow for power. The thing is, if you look, even with all of that being said, Kim in the front, I'm going to caveat this. The tests that were high had very high numbers. The problem is there was a big variability when you put Kim in the front, where it just falls off a cliff. There are battles that are just absolutely terrible as well. So it's one or the other with it. There is not a lot of consistency. And this makes sense on the battles that you see on the battlefront, and why a lot of feedback I get from the heroes in the front is sometimes I hear people say, like, sometimes it doesn't work and sometimes it does. That's what I get from people with inconsistency, and I can tell you that is exactly what the data shows. If it's with the critical percentages that are going off of when they hit, how often the critical hits are taking place, what's causing that variability, I can't tell you exactly what it is. I can tell you that there is absolutely, the results were volatile when you looked at the stats between that and all the other numbers that I was running for the top 2. So the thing with this top 5 here is the consistency of it. You're going to get high numbers from both of these spots, with this one being that came out on top over and over again and edging it out. So that would be my top 5 for tank. For all those that wanted me to run tank over and over, that's what you have. I have Kim. What do you got for it? You said I have Kim 22, Murphy 15, and Marshall level 4. King Kong, what should I do? What do you mean? Are you talking exclusive weapon? Level 4. I don't know what level 4. You have Kim 22 and Murphy 15. I'm guessing you're talking exclusive weapon, is what you're talking. And if you are, then what you should do is stop pushing Kim, and you should push Murphy and Marshall. I think you're saying that you have Murphy and Marshall both at 15. If you do, you should push them both to 20. So push your exclusive heroes, push them to the next level, make them all 20, and then worry about pushing. You're right in pushing Kim. Your first one to push to 30 should be Kim, but you want to level those out first and make Murphy 20, Marshall 20, and then push Kim to 30 to get that buff. I think that's what you're asking me, if that answers your question. And also, I think you're saying your Gorilla is level 4, which is just fine. Don't worry about pushing. Your Gorilla will come along. Just if those are the only exclusives you have, my guess is you are season 3. So don't worry about, your shards will happen. They'll come along. Although I think 2 got robbed from us in that secret task thing, but I won't get back into that. You will get enough shards. Don't worry about pushing the levels. You'll get to level 5 and level 6. Really, for the Gorilla, push the bond rating. That's what you should push. 150 hero, not yet. Upgraded headquarters. Okay, yeah, that's okay. It's all. I mean, your hero's 150. That, by the way, whenever you're able to push your headquarters, I recommend pushing your. Before. When you first start this game, you don't want to push your headquarters. Like, your headquarters don't really matter. All the people that pushed and hurried the 30 was a joke. We used to make a joke out of it that you were an empty 30. You were a weak 30. I just had a conversation with this on one of our Discord members, too. You could have stayed at 28 and 29. It was actually, we took pride in making our bases as a strong 28 and strong 29 as we could before we pushed to 30. We loved being strong 28s and 29s because everybody looks for the level 30 to hit. Everybody's like, oh, I mean, for all the fighters out there, you know what I'm talking about. Like everybody looks for, oh, I'm going to hit the level 27. I'm going to hit the level 26. And if you had a strong 26, 27, 28, you were like, good, come get me. Come bounce off me. I can't wait. So like that was awesome. So I would never recommend if you're starting this game, if you're anywhere in the first, whatever, before season one, whatever, I can't remember at this point when we got to 30, but don't worry about headquarters 30. What I will say is now, though, is upping your heroes. There's a period of time you go from headquarters 30, and then they don't come out with 35 for a long time. And you're trying to figure out how to up your heroes and get power. One of the fastest ways you can gain power in the game is increasing your headquarters and your experience for your heroes. Upping your hero levels gives you amazing boosts. It's really valuable. So although I do not recommend being a weak headquarters 30 and rushing to headquarters, it's pointless when you're first starting this game because there's so much to do. So much time goes by between 30 to 35 that you really can kind of like push it along because you want to get your hero levels up, and it doesn't hurt you at all to push to level 35 anymore. Like, it doesn't matter. If you're an empty or you're not. There's a lot that goes into 35 anyway. Like, I'm just saying it out loud like it's going to happen. Anybody who's gone through it knows there's a crazy amount of resources that are needed to push your base through all those requirements. So plan accordingly, but I will say go ahead and plan on it and get in and like do your requirements and push to level 35 so you can push your heroes. If you do not have the experience right now, it's not really necessary then to push your headquarters because the only benefit that you're going to get is to push those heroes. Everything else is, your hero centers are really good for bonuses as well. So your first squad, you really want to concentrate on pushing your hero center alongside your headquarters. That would be your number one, I would say. Everything else, I mean, your barracks, your drill grounds, your hospital, yeah, sure, but those are okay. You're only going to get minor bumps when you increase those anyway. Hero Center actually gives good bumps for every level you go up, so take that for what it's worth. You beat most headquarter 33s, and I don't doubt it. Like, people rush it. It doesn't mean headquarters doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. Like, your headquarter level really doesn't indicate power because people's power is so spread out now that you can do it. Now pushing gear to red, all defensive. Smart. I'm actually waiting to get ore to do the same thing on my tank as my third squad gear. I'm going to push, and I'm going to push my defensive gear based on all the battle tests I've run. So I totally back you in what you're doing with red gear. I watched somebody lose horribly who had no red defensive gear and only had a red gun, 2 red guns and 2 red chips, and they got blasted. I saw on one of the battle reports that I was looking at. I would 100% say the gear plays out phenomenally to push that to red. So, okay. So anyway, there is your tank test for the day. I ran in Sandbox for all of you. I hope that answers some of you out there with tank. I do have some more air tests to run. I know air getting all that love and people were getting jealous, but I do have a bunch with all this stuff going on with Sarah. I do want to run now a Sarah Murphy combination and do more of those. So I am going to go back to run a little bit more air and then come back and do some more tank for you on the mix. So let me know what you're looking to see. I'm going to start mixing in Carly as my next mixed squad formation. I've been trying Carly and watching those tests. Marshall with air is another one I'm testing and running. So I just want to see how he buffs everybody similar to Sarah. So I'll be running Carly. I'm going to be running Marshall with that, and then we'll get to missile last. And what do you say? Yeah, many have red gun, but like paper without defensive gear. Exactly. Yeah, you'll just cut through them. Yeah, it's exactly the test from last night that we showed. I think we proved it out last night that without the defensive gear, like we were running with no gear, and the battles weren't lasting long enough for Marshall to buff Kim. And for tank, I think that shows. It also showed in the air test when you didn't allow the buff to happen for like Diva. Diva needs to cook. Skylar needs time to do stuns. So yeah, the longer you make these battles last, the more your back row has time to cook, and the more damage that's showing. It's very clear that needs to happen. And defensive gear up front is going to make your battle last longer. And so that is where you're going to have a lot of these comebacks where the battle starts out where all of a sudden half your heroes are dead, and then before you know it, the battle's still going. And then you come back and you win. Well, that's because, your damage is multiplying, your critical hits are multiplying, and then you're seeing it in all the damage that's happening. So, anyway, good stuff for that. So yeah, let me know if you have any other questions on that. Have a bunch of stuff planning right now to come out for you for more of the Sandbox stuff. You will be seeing a bunch of season stuff I have that I'm going to be doing for everybody coming soon. Season 5 for everybody is still a ways out. So I don't know what's coming next. Like we just had another meteorite, like another meteor event coming. I'm not sure how long season 5 is on the horizon. I heard it was going to be a while, so I'm surprised we're not getting a Warzone duel instead. But instead, we're getting another meteor event. I don't know if any of you are in my meteor event because they do go all over the place. We got 114, 165, and 135 in this upcoming. So that is our next thing. All right. That is all I have to share with you for tonight. Thank you all for joining. Let me know if you have any other questions, comments. Let me know the data you want to see me run and do. Otherwise, have yourself a wonderful evening. QB18 out.